guys, this is the second vlog that I'm doing. This vlog is for the Fire and Ice collection, and this collection is pretty dope. This is the new collection here I'm wearing. Had the photo shoot for it recently, and today's date is the 7th of June, and let's begin this vlog. So I had a few questions from a few people. They wanted to know how I started the brand, when I started the brand, and what challenges have I faced since starting the brand. So as I said in the first vlog, I started the brand in 2012. This was while I was in school. I was probably in third form when I conceptualized the idea or whatever. So my mom has a store. Her store is Platinum Look Boutique. It's at Lanterns Mall now, and I've been around her store from the time I was born. Like, I always used to go with my mom, to work or whatever. So I guess I could say that kind of influenced my idea for clothing or whatever. But at the same time, I am a graphic designer. So at one point I drew this design, the logo that you see now. I'll probably insert it right there. So I drew this logo, which is the GOM logo. Some people say it looks like a cat. Some people say it looks like the Barbados Trident, But I drew this logo, and I was just like, this is different. So after drawing that, I added some words to it. So I drew something like a GOME. I'll also insert that right there. So I drew that and I tried to pronounce it, and it said GOM. So I was like, this is different, and I like anything that is different. So I said, okay. So my initial thought was that I would make it a clothing store, but I ended up making it a brand. So I put the logo on some pins. You call them buttons. Some people call them buttons, some people call them pins, some people call them badges. So I put the design on one of those, and this was the day that I had dress day at school, and I sold them at school. I sold them for $5, $2.50 US. I sold them for $5, and they sold out. I didn't even get past the gate. I walked in with them in my hand. I had some pinned onto my jeans jacket, and they sold out right on the spot. So I was like, whoa, I should take this further. So then I started printing shirts after that, and those were selling good, what's not. I had a designer design a few things for me, because at that point I wasn't so good at using Photoshop and stuff like that. I didn't even know about Photoshop. I used to use a program called GIMP, GIMP. So that is how GOM started, and that is when GOM started. Now, for the challenges that I have faced, I was in school. The only thing I could save was lunch money. My mom initially invested let's say $300 in it. That was to pay for the designs, and that was it. And I appreciate that a lot, Mom. Thank you very much, Mom. So yeah, she invested for my first set of designs. So after that, I was just saving my lunch money all along, trying to get some money to buy some blank t-shirts and what's not, so that when she travels, she can bring them back for me. So that is how I saved my money for that. So one of my challenges was to have money to invest in GOM myself. So I just used to save my lunch money, and I used to ask my dad for extra money so that I could use that. Sometimes I wouldn't even buy lunch at school. I would tell my granny, hold this money for me. I don't want to take school no money. I'll take school lunch. Sometimes I'll just take school a drink, because I know what I wanted, and I made sure that I saved as much money as I could. My mom usually travels like every single month, so I would make sure that I have at least $100 US to give her, so that when she went, she could buy back some stuff for me. Then I ended up working at the store to get some extra money or whatever. So having money was one of my challenges. Another challenge was to get the designs and the ideas that I had in my head on paper, on like a vector, or get somebody to design it. I had all these ideas of designs I wanted, and a lot of the designers that I approached, they couldn't get it done. So that was another challenge for me. So then I was forced to go and learn how to use Photoshop and how to be better at graphic designing. So a lot of my designs that you see, I design myself. Another challenge I have faced is printing. So I used to print locally in Barbados, but then the guy, every time I take something to him, something would be messed up, and I couldn't afford it. I'm already struggling. I still go to school, I don't work, nothing like that. So I was struggling to have money to print. So for him to mess it up now and people not be willing to buy something because it's messed up, that was an additional cost for me. So I needed to change my printers. So now at Sporting, like I said, I do my printing overseas now, and I don't print here anymore. So although it's kind of an additional cost, because now you have to look to pay for an additional suitcase, because my mom, she brings them in. Sometimes when I travel, I bring them in, but I don't travel as often as she does. So she would bring them in, paying for an extra suitcase. That's an additional cost. But they still work out to be cheaper, and they also print my stuff like top quality. A lot of my customers say that they have definitely seen the improved quality, and I'm absolutely glad for that, because I want to offer the best that I could as a business. And Gom Clothing, we're just gonna offer the best quality that we can, best designs. We just want to be at the top. Another challenge I have faced is photography. So all along I've been saying that I needed to get my own camera, because again, when you don't have a lot of money as an entrepreneur, you're limited and you are forced to squeeze out as much as you can and get as much as you can for the little money that you have. So with the photography now, a lot of photographers, they charge like on average 150 Barbados dollars, 75 US, and they tell you how many photos you can get. You can get like 10 photos, 20 photos for that money. But as a clothing business, that is tough, because for me, I do this design and I do it on 10 different types of shirts. So I do sweaters, tank tops, hoodies, and t-shirts, and then I have 5 colors for every single one. 20 photos are not going to give me what I want, because I am not going to be able to display everything. So again, this is another reason why I had partnered with Alexander James. He understood my disadvantage and he offered to help me out, and I'm totally glad for that. Now we have a agreement and it works better now, and thank you, James. He is the boss. I keep saying this, James is the boss. So yeah, in a nutshell, those are some of the challenges I faced. Okay, let's talk about the Fire and the Ice collection. This is so lit. This one that I'm wearing right now, this is the ice. Now the background behind this design is Gom offers fire things all the time. All of our designs are lit. We are literally lit. Okay. So we're lit. And the fire design, let's start with that one. The fire design, that one just represents how all of our designs are always, great, and they stand out, and they're just fire, they're hot, they're lit, in other words. And then the ice, Gom designs are chilled, if you understand. They're chilled, they're not too extravagant, they're a little simple, whatever. So they're chilled. Being that they're chilled is like we still offer fire while being simple, if you understand. So yeah, that's the definition of fire and ice. So we're lit, we're also chilled, aka simple. Yeah, can't put it no better. I had a photo shoot for it recently, as I said, and that went good. Shout out to Shad Simmons, that was my model. So yeah, I spoke to you about the background behind this design, and I also included some video from when the shirts got printed. I also included some video of when we were at the shoot, and I'm going to include some photos that I chose to post on social media and what's not in this video The next vlog that you'll probably see is when I leave the island on June 24th, and I'll be going to New York for about 2 months and a few days, building my brand. Yup. Shout out to Keller. So yeah, you can check out Goom on Instagram at Goom Clothing. You can check out my personal Instagram at I am Goom, and I'm on Facebook, Letitia King. So thank you guys for watching, and I hope that you enjoyed this vlog, and make sure you cop something.